Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and turn on post notifications so you never miss any hot and trending gist Bellfire. Alright, today's topic is one that has been everywhere online, and trust me, people have a lot to say about it. Guys, what is really going on between these two? So for a while now, Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts have been surrounded by relationship rumors, and recently, fans have started to believe that this might not just be speculation anymore. Some people are convinced that these two could actually be secretly dating. Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's break everything down properly. Because when you look at all the signs, you'll understand why this conversation keeps getting bigger. First, let's talk about where all this started. For many fans, it began with their on-screen chemistry. Anytime Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts appear in a movie together, there's always something that stands out. The connection feels natural, the emotions feel real, and the way they interact doesn't feel forced at all. At first, people just saw it as great acting. But over time, that perception started to change, because fans began to notice that the same energy carried over off-screen. Now let's talk about those off-screen moments. Behind-the-scenes clips, interviews, and casual interactions started gaining attention. Fans pointed out how comfortable they seemed around each other, the laughter, the ease, the little moments that don't look scripted. And that's where the questions started. Is this really just friendship? Or something more? Now let's move to social media eyes, because you already know. This is where fans do their best investigation work. Grinning face with smiling eyes, Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts have had several interactions online that people found interesting. From liking each other's posts quickly to dropping comments that feel a bit more personal than usual, fans started connecting the dots. Nothing too obvious, but just enough to raise eyebrows. Then came the timing of their posts. There have been moments where both Maurice and Pearl shared content that appeared to be from similar locations or environments. And once fans noticed that, it became a full investigation. People started comparing backgrounds, lighting, angles, trying to figure out if they were actually in the same place at the same time. In some cases, the similarities looked very close. Now let's talk about body language, because this is one of the biggest reasons fans are convinced something might be going on. Whenever Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts are seen together, people pay close attention to how they interact physically. The comfort level, the closeness, the subtle gestures. These are things fans believe can reveal more than words. And according to many, their body language suggests a level of connection that goes beyond just colleagues. Now here, where things get even more interesting, some fans believe that if they are dating, they're intentionally keeping it private. And honestly, that wouldn't be surprising. In the entertainment industry, it's very common for people to keep their relationships out of the public eye, especially when they're still figuring things out or trying to avoid unnecessary pressure. So according to this theory, Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts might already be together, but choosing not to make it public. Now let's also look at the other side, because not everyone agrees with this idea. Some people believe fans are simply overanalyzing normal interactions. They argue that chemistry can just be professional actors, or naturally expressive social media interactions don't mean anything serious, and shared locations can easily be coincidence. All valid points. And that's what makes this situation so interesting, because everything we're seeing can be interpreted in different ways. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Why are fans so invested in this? Simple. People love a good love story, especially one that feels natural. Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts have that kind of connection that draws people in. It feels real, it feels effortless, and it makes fans curious. So every little detail becomes important, every interaction becomes a clue, and every moment gets analyzed. Now here's the big question. Are they actually dating, or are we just seeing really good chemistry and reading too much into it? At this point, there is no official confirmation, no statements, no announcements. Everything remains speculation. But one thing is certain: the interest in Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts is growing rapidly. And until we get a clear answer, the conversation is not going anywhere. Fans will keep watching, keep analyzing, and keep asking questions. All right, guys, let's bring this to you. Do you think Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts are secretly dating? Or do you think fans are just overanalyzing their chemistry? And if they are dating, do you think they should go public or keep it private? Do drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's gist. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Fire sparkles.